Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I hope you're all having an amazing day. In this video I am specifically talking about rectangles because apparently that seems to do really well. Funny how the two things on my channel that do well are my favorite game and rectangles from a block game. This is very interesting, but just the other day I was scrolling around on YouTube and I get a video about like the history of each Minecraft cape, whatever, you know, and then the guy goes into advertising some kind of site where you buy them, and it just rubbed me the wrong way because, like, you know, that's kind of breaking terms of service, and I think buying rectangles for absurd prices is a bit much, but I mean, you do you. But, you know, I feel like advertising such a thing in a video about capes, you know, like the history of them kind of just feels wrong. So I decided to make a video of my own. I generally know most information about most capes, and anything I do not know I will do research on, and if I'm incorrect about anything, feel free to correct me in the comments. Now maybe I'll make another part in the future, but this part specifically is only focusing on the newer, more common capes. The Founder's Cape may be a bit of a gray area for most people, but I feel like it's generally still considered one of the common capes. Anyway, enough yapping from me, let's go ahead and get started with the video. I don't know why I did that. First, we're starting with the Migrator cape. If players bought Minecraft Java Edition before December 1st, 2020, they would receive this cape whenever they'd migrate their account. Around July 9th, 2021, as the wiki says, is when this cape started being given out. And then on September 19th, 2023 would be the last day that players could earn this. If they didn't migrate their account, it's gone. If they did, they received this cape, and it was now a Microsoft account. So, I didn't realize just how old this cape was. But around June 24th is when migration itself started, but people didn't get the cape until around July, which is interesting. Back then, they were very slow at giving out capes because this was very new to them, but this started a trend where they would basically just give out capes for more events, which was nice. Now, according to the wiki, I've also heard this from other sources, but apparently in the code for the website or whatever, it says players could be given veteran capes for each year of owning the game, but this never happened, and Mojang never said anything about it, so it's safe to assume they're not giving veteran capes, considering, you know, it's been like 4 years. But yeah, let's move on. The Vanilla Cape, or interestingly enough, also known as the One Vanilla Cape on Bedrock Edition, was received if players had owned both Java and Bedrock Edition on the same account before June 6th of 2022. If you owned either version after that, you would not receive this cape. However, there have been methods that I will not be going over for obtaining this cape afterward. The Cherry Blossom Cape, also known as the Cherry Cape on Bedrock Edition, was given to players who voted on the 2023 mob vote, or joined the event server on Bedrock Edition. Now, players that just joined the server did not receive the cape. You actually had to vote. Funnily enough, this cape was actually not announced whatsoever, and it just so happens that that same year a boycott had happened for the mob vote because people were getting very frustrated with it, and people started accusing Mojang of giving the cape to people because they didn't boycott, which is funny. To me, I voted regardless because I wanted that dog armor. It's a very useless feature now. Now we're on to the 15th anniversary capes. There are 4 of these. We're going to start with the Followers Cape. It was given out as a part of the 15 Days of Minecraft celebrations alongside the Purple Heart Cape and the 15th anniversary cape, and technically the MCC cape, but that's kind of a different thing, but also similar. I'm just going to group these together. Players would get this cape by redeeming a code. They would obtain this by watching any Minecraft live stream on TikTok. Yeah, I know, TikTok. People were kind of upset about this one because certain countries didn't have TikTok. So some people missed out on this cape, and they would either have to get a VPN or, don't do this, buy it, which Sure, whatever, man. Okay. Anyways, this event started on May 15th, 2024 and ended on May 31st, 2024. Up next, we have the Purple Heart Cape. Once again, another part of 15 Days of Minecraft. It could also be redeemed from a code, but this time, you'd receive it by watching any Minecraft livestream on Twitch for 15 minutes with drops enabled. This started on May 17th of 2024 and ended on June 18th of 2024. Up next, we have the 15th Anniversary Cape. Not to brag or anything, but I was one of the first 100 people to get this. I'm sorry. Anyways, this was also part of the 15th Anniversary celebration. In order to get this cape, you had to go to Minecraft.net and claim it on the 15th Anniversary page. Literally a click of a button, this was the easiest cape ever. Anybody could get this. And starting on May 17th, 2024, you could get this cape, and then on June 21st, 2024, it got removed from the site. The MCC 15th Year Cape, which was not part of the celebration, but technically still celebrated 15 years of Minecraft, was a cape which was obtainable by completing all 15 challenges in the MCCX Minecraft 15th Anniversary Party, which was an event server on the Bedrock Edition, hosted from July 22nd, 2024 to August 5th, 2024. On July 28th, final challenge was revealed, making the cape obtainable, and the day the server closed was the last day you could get the cape. This cape was the first of the challenge server capes, and technically still the rarest according to NameMC, although NameMC is oftentimes not very accurate, because numbers fluctuate all the time. Capes get logged on that website, depending on if somebody's wearing that cape, not if they own it. They have to be wearing it at the time somebody's looking at their profile to actually have it logged. So, not a completely accurate statistic, but it is a good enough rough estimate. The Mojang Office Cape. This one actually has a bit of an interesting story behind it. We'll go over the main way to obtain it first, and then we'll talk about its history. So, it was obtained by completing all 5 daily challenges in the Eerie Mojang Office Party. It was also a Bedrock event server. The server opened on December 9th of 2024 and ended on December 20th of 2024. And on December 13th of 2024, the final daily challenge is revealed, making this cape finally obtainable. Now, for the history. On November 25th of 2024, there was a code redemption section on Minecraft.net, and the cape was actually called the Eye Blossom Cape. The text on the website said that you had to buy a physical creeper cape from the Minecraft store, and you would receive a code for this Eye Blossom Cape. A few hours later, though, they had removed this. And then, on November 28th of 2024, some people saw that on the official store page, the description of the cape was updated to say that you would unlock this code for the cape. Finally, on December 2nd of 2024, all text relating to purchasing this cape was completely removed. Most people think it's because of all the backlash from having to buy something to get a cape. People just didn't want to have to purchase a cape and would much rather earn it in some other way, which I completely agree with. I think buying them is really weird and frustrating because it's a rectangle. Like, I don't know, I think it's better to earn it than to buy it. Now we're moving on to the A Minecraft Movie celebration capes. Interestingly enough, all of these have Jack Black on their elytra texture. People are a bit mixed about this. I thought it would have been fine if they did one cape with that texture, but they gave it to all 3. But anyway, starting with the home cape, this one was received by redeeming a code by watching any Minecraft livestream on Twitch for 3 minutes, as opposed to the 15 minutes of the previous Twitch cape. This could have been done between March 18th of 2025 and April 6th of 2025. The Menace cape was yet another Minecraft cape for the Minecraft movie. I mean, a Minecraft movie, I'm so sorry. They received this cape by redeeming a code, which would be obtained from watching a TikTok live stream for 3 minutes. Yet again, people were a bit frustrated about this. This could have been done between March 18th of 2025 and April 6th of 2025. The Yearn cape, which apparently was formerly known as the Idaho cape as a placeholder name, was a cape once again given out for a promotion. for a Minecraft movie. However, this one was not redeemed from a code. You would earn this one by completing all 6 quests in a Minecraft movie live event, which was another event server where you had to do challenges to earn the cape. This was hosted from March 25th, 2025 to April 14th of 2025. This cape could actually be earned 2 days early because the final challenge could already be completed even though it was technically locked. And then on the 4th, April the 4th, it was actually obtainable. But then, on April 7th, the server was supposed to end. They decided let's extend it by another week. So on April 14th, that made it the final day to earn this cape. The name of the cape is actually referencing the trailer of the film where Steve says, "As a child, I yearned for the mines." Haha, very funny, and it became a meme like literally every other quote in any other Minecraft movie trailer. Now we're down to the last 2 most recent capes, technically actually being some of the older ones. However, to Java Edition, these are new. Now, Founder's Cape was released back in 2019 for download in the Bedrock Edition to celebrate Minecon Live 2019 and being the first cape for the character creator. It is an orange, kind of gold-ish variant of the Minecon 2011 cape, and originally it was only on Bedrock Edition. However, on May 8th, 2025, the cape suddenly became available on Java Edition. No announcement, no warning, it just happened. Through the years, there have been a few extra methods of obtaining the cape after the event had ended, which was on October 28th of 2019. On June 23rd, 2020, the cape had suddenly just become available to every user regardless of whether or not they actually had owned this cape. And then on October 22nd of 2020, everybody just lost the cape. And apparently this was to figure out who had it before and after, and just grant it back to the actual owners. And there's no date listed here, but it says 1.16.200, which I'm assuming is some kind of version of Bedrock Edition. The cape returned to its owners, and whoever did not own the cape before then had their cape removed. But I've heard some cases of people obtaining the cape legitimately and still not having it. I'm not really sure what determined who does and does not have the cape anymore, but if you no longer have the cape, I'm pretty sure you can't get it anymore. And this method is not stated on the wiki as far as I can tell. However, if you were to go to the link on the website to this cape's buy page, whatever it's called, you would still be able to claim it years after this event had ended. The Pancape on Bedrock Edition, and also known as Pancape on Java Edition, was a completely free cape given out to all players if they had logged into Bedrock Edition. Once again, I've seen some cases of people saying they don't have this cape, and I have no clue why. I can't help you. I can't find anything on this. So if you don't have it, maybe contact their support. I have no clue why. Now, originally, people who participated in Minecraft beta of the Bedrock Edition were able to use the cape temporarily, where eventually this cape was just given out to all players by default. And on May 8th of 2025, just like the Founder's Cape, players who own this cape on Bedrock Edition now had it on Java Edition. And interestingly enough, this cape was actually rolled out quite a lot slower than the Founder's Cape. I'm assuming because there were a lot more owners of the Pancape. Now, there's a duplicate version of this cape that is still only on the Bedrock Edition, and I doubt they'd ever put this one on Java because this thing is kind of an accident. But originally, the second version was the original Mojang Studios cape, but there was an exploit to allow non-employees to claim this cape, and its texture and name were changed to the Pancape, and it's quite literally just an exact copy, except the rarity is the common rarity instead of legendary. which funnily enough, it is the opposite of common. Now, I'd almost forgotten about this one because this one's very forgettable to me, but here we have the common cape. It's actually very similar to the vanilla cape, but it's still very different. This one could be obtained by logging into the Bedrock Edition at any point from May 6, 2025, all the way up until May 5th, 2026. So, you can still go get this one. Go ahead, go do it. Go get it. Now this one does have a bit of history. It's really just the cape being leaked a few months early. On January 8th of 2025, the cape texture is found in the Bedrock Edition game files, and text says, sign in with your Microsoft account to choose a free cape to keep forever. So, it implied that there were plans to have you pick more than, like, you know, a different kind of cape, maybe possibly more than one, but they didn't go through with that, thank goodness, because I didn't want to have to choose between capes. I like collecting them, not missing them. But yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, thanks, I guess, like the video, whatever they say, blah blah blah. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know. Again, I'll repeat, this was on common capes, not the rare ones. I may do a separate video on that in the future, if one, I feel like doing it, and two, the video does well enough. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I hope you have a great day or night, and bye-bye.